welcome to Life Coaching Access, your daily access with professional certified life coaches brought to you by Life Coach Philippines. Life Coach Philippines is our community of professional life coaches certified by the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs, a bona fide institute for mental health that is based in Dallas, Texas, USA. Life Coaching Access is our service to the community, and we aim to help individuals experience the process of transformation through the platform of life coaching. If you want to know more about our international coaching classes and services, please connect with Coach Roselle through 0917 586 1661 for assistance. By the way, I'm Coach Tony for En Route to Forgiveness, the New Beginning series. Your access with me is every Sunday at 2 p.m. For my segment today, I will be sharing with you episode 12. When was the last time you made your heart sing? Please tag your friends in the comments section below and invite them to join our conversation. You may also share this FB Live to your timeline and FB groups and pages so that we can reach more people and help transform lives. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. So, as always, welcome again to Life Coaching Access. And if this is your first time to see me on the screen or here in Life Coaching Access, or you don't know who I am really, then I'd like to say hi. I'm Coach Tony, and I specifically coach millennials and younger people, and I'm also a career coach. Now, as a life coach, I don't give advice, and I'm also not a guru. And if you want to get in contact with me, you can contact me through my email at coach.tony.espiritu@gmail.com, or you can contact me via my Facebook page at www.facebook.com/coach.tony.espiritu, or you can shoot me an email, or you can shoot me a message rather on Messenger at Tony Tonality. Or if you want to contact me or call me or text me, you can contact me through this number at 0906 2467 333. All right, then. I see I'm joined by some fellow coaches. Hi, Coach Candy. Thank you for joining me. Coach Trisha, hi, thank you. And Master Coach Hasmin, thank you also for joining me today. All right, so let's begin today's episode, which is and before I forget, this entire month of January has been the New Beginning series. We started out this month with the very first episode, which was episode 9, where I asked everyone, when was the last time you did something for the very first time? For episode 10, when was the last time you let your shadow rest? For episode 11, when was the last time you said goodbye to standing still? For today's episode, when was the last time you did something that made your heart sing? And because this month we have 5 Januaries or 5 Sundays here in January, I've included episode 13. When was the last time you allowed yourself to begin again? So now we get to the meat and potatoes of today's episode. When was the last time you made your heart sing? Tell me, if I were to ask you this, fellow viewer, or anyone who's watching this on replay, which, by the way, if you are connecting with me anytime in this episode, or if you have any comments at all, please don't be afraid to put in the comment section below. All right. So, if I were to ask you, when was the last time you felt your heart race or do something worthwhile or something that made you feel happy or excitement? When you think of those thoughts, or when you place yourself in that spot, in that memory, do you feel any of the following? Do you feel that when you do something that you love and when you do something that makes your heart sing, do you feel that time has no meaning, that time doesn't exist? Or to put it lightly, does time not matter to you? Do you feel that nothing can change, or you feel like there is no time in this world. You're in that zone where you feel like time doesn't exist. A perfect example of this is when you're so focused or you're so dedicated, or you feel that your heart is being pulled to a certain direction, and you feel like 8 hours, and you feel like just 5 minutes has passed. But when you check your watch or you check your time, it's been hours, or heck, maybe even days, and you don't realize it. How about this? Do you feel alive? Do you feel like you are your own center of your own universe? Do you feel you are its center? Do you feel like it's just there and you alone are the only person that sees it? Do you tend to be more productive? Do you feel that you are the center of everything? When you have that heart, or when you have that center, or when you have that focus, and you see that you've created your own microcosm or your own universe within yourself because you feel something that made you feel like you could do anything that you wanted to do, or anything really. Do you feel any of these things? And when was the last time you felt that way? Hello, Coach Nilo. Thank you for joining me today as well. So now I'd like to ask, if I were to jump, if I were to just quickly jump from another topic, what is work for you? How do you define work? Is it something that's just giving you a source of income? Is it work experience? Is it something that you just do for like 8 hours or 9 hours, or maybe you do a little overtime here and there? Is it something that you just have to do? I'm going to show you 4 images, and I want you to ask yourself if you are rather, and I want to ask you if you can relate to any of these images when it comes to work. Is this work for you? How about this? Do you like working with your hands? Do you like to do physical labor or anything related to working physically? Is work for you with team members or people around you, or your schoolmates, or someone that you work closely with in your school projects, or work related projects? As most of us have experienced, is work now at home? Are you working from home? Hmm, it's a good comment, Sir Jeff. So work is also a purpose. It is. It's a purpose of being. It's what we do. Miko said, only where love and need are one, and the work is play for mortal stakes. Is the deed ever truly done for heaven and for future sakes? Robert Frost. Never thought of it that way. I shall think about it myself. Thank you, Miko, for sharing that. Hey, hi, Coach Tin. Thank you for joining me today. All right. So, if you can connect with these images or anything at all, please don't be afraid to share this in the comment section below. Now, if this is work for you, or neither of these pictures are work for you, then I'd like to ask, what is passion for you? What makes your heart sing? Or what drives you? What is something that makes you want to go and do the thing that you want to do? What is your getter? What pushes you to do what you want or need to do? What allows you to push forward? What helps you evolve as a person? What helps push your soul forward? Again, with the previous slide, I shall show you 4 images, or 3, and either 3 or 4 images, and I want to ask you if you can connect with any of these images. Is passion for you creating something with your hands? Doing something very meticulous? Is it something that's is it something that you have to see in order for you to say that my passion translates into something physical? Is it something that connects you to your inner soul or inner being? Like something that connects you. For example, for musicians, that would be music. That would be to create music by stringing together notes that individually just sound like a note, like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. But when they string it together, they form the language of music, and it comes from their heart, or where they transposed it, or where they created it. Is the passion something that led you to where you are right now? Is it something that led you to where you wanted to go? Or is it the motivation that you need to move forward? Is it a fire? Or, as some people would say, is your passion something that is a fire within you that burns, that helps you move forward, that motivates you? Ah, Jeff, good point. It's to go the distance on what you do best. It is. When we're very passionate, we feel that we want to become our best. We want to do what's out there, what drives us forward. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful process. Whereas if we don't have any passion, or if we take the passion out of something, it's just nothing. We're just doing, or we're just moving forward, or we're just doing something that has no meaning. Maybe for us, it may not have any meaning if we take the passion out of it. So, what's the difference, basically, between passion and work? Is there any difference at all? Let's take a look first at work. Maybe that can help us visualize it better. So, when we're talking about work, we may think, oh, we're just working long hours, we're just doing what we can, maybe we're working overtime to support our family, or to support the business. We work until 12, maybe way past 1 a.m., and sleep and do it over again for the very next day. It's maybe use of our knowledge and different learnings in order to do something, in order to create, like, for example, this image here of creating a pottery, or like some china or something. It's to use our knowledge and experiences to create something of value, or something to create anything. or something that our bosses or our managers tell us to, or if you're a student, a teacher, or a professor tells you to do something based on what he taught you from the lessons or from the class. And most of us, I guess, would have the same sentiments of let's just get this work done. Let's just get this thing done. It's just something that we have to do. And now I want everyone to take this to heart or take this in mind. Keep this thing in mind when we talk about passion now. So what about passion? And take note when people look at work and passion, creating the pottery plant or someone creating this uh, pot or this thing that a person's making out of clay. Maybe it's just work for one person, or maybe it's someone's passionate about creating something out of their hands. Now, remember what I said about keeping this in mind with work, with long hours, using our knowledge and different learnings in order to do something and get things done. Well, let's see what's so different about our passions. First thing I'd like to say is it's working long hours because time doesn't exist. It's using our knowledge and different learnings in order to, when we're passionate about something, it's because we love what we do and we try to use everything that we learn in order to do something or in order to create something. And it's to get the thing done. Okay. So in reality, it's just the same. When, as I somewhat alluded to earlier, when one person looks at work, or two people can look at the same thing, like with the image that I used earlier when creating a potted plant or a potted clay figure. One may value it as just working from a 9 to 5 job, and another would be they're passionate because they love to create the thing. Overall, we give meaning to the work that we do. I want everyone to pause and just take this into heart first. We give meaning to the work that we do. We give meaning to what we do, to the passion that we create for ourselves, to the things that we want to create or the things that we work on, because we either love it, it makes us compassionate, it makes us more motivated, or it makes us feel sluggish, not motivated to do the thing. We just push ourselves because we have to get the work done. Coach Nilo, passion is the impetus for us to move towards the direction we want to go to. Indeed. And that is everything that and really encompasses what I'm trying to say here. That it's the thing that helps us move forward in a certain direction. But it's the meaning that we give to the thing that we're trying to do, or we're trying to work for. So what is it really? What is the difference between work and passion? What differentiates the two? As I somewhat alluded to. Well, if we really take a look at work, instead of just work long hours, use of our knowledge and different learnings, if we actually give meaning to it, our own detriment, time controls you. We are somewhat as slaves to our own work because, don't get me wrong, some people love their work, and that is passion. But if we become the slaves to our own work, we get dragged along without any meaning. We don't see the value in what we're trying to do. Whereas passion, as we look at the same thing, whether it be working long hours, the use of our knowledge, and sorry, this is supposed to be passion, but you love what you do. Salary is just a bonus for you because you already love what you do. Just getting paid is just an extra benefit. And overall, you, my friend, you control time. And what I mean by this is, with the passion, you create the time that you want because it's something that drives you forward. It's what makes your heart sing. It's what your soul and who you are on the inside. It's who you are as a person. It's what is your why, as what Sir Jeff said. Yes, it is our why. It is our own well being. It's who we are as a person. So, passion without work, or sorry, work without passion is just dragging yourself along. Passion without work is a motivation. It helps you motivate yourself to find out, how can I make things work? How can I do the work? When you do something you love, you have that sense of fulfillment. You have that feeling of fulfillment. You feel fulfilled. You feel that overflow of love that you have for doing the thing that you want. You become more productive because at the end of the day, because we create the meaning to our work, we want to succeed. We want to do what's best for us. We want to show that we are very passionate, that we create this is our creation. We want to show the world. We want to show the world, or we want to show the people that we love, or the people that told us we couldn't do this, that, hey, this is mine, this is what I created, and when you told me I couldn't do it, here I am, and this is the work that I produced. When we become passionate about the work that we do, we are in a position to help uplift people, to bring them up from no meaning to what they're doing, to helping them create that meaning, to create that why, to create that sense of love and compassion, to help, I guess, be an inspiration to others, and to help motivate them, to tell them that this is not just the end of the road, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel, because you've created that meaning. You saw that the work that you're doing is not just stopping you from just being there. You've created the meaning to yourself to see what the light at the end of the tunnel is, because you saw that there is potential, that you created the passion for yourself, that you see that there is something out there that's more than just the work that you do, that you transformed it into something that gives you your life, that creates that speaker for your heart, that gives that voice to your soul, to your heart, that gives it meaning. And at the very end of the day, when you do the thing that you love to do, when you create that passion, that drive, and when you see work as not just that thing that is just dragging you along, what better success is there? We already gave it meaning. When we're paid to do what we love to do, it's just a bonus. It's life fulfillment. It's success. Now I'd like to ask you, my fellow friends and my fellow audience members, and whoever is watching this on the replay, I'd like to ask you or rather, if you're gonna ask me, and if I become your coach, and if you're asking me for help, how to ask or how to see what makes your heart sing, how Coach Tony, how can we how can we find the thing that makes sense to us, what gives us passion, what gives us fulfillment? In short, how to find it. There is a simple exercise I want everyone to try and do. It just takes 5 to 15 minutes of your day. You can do this in the morning or in the afternoon or maybe in the evening. You can do this any time of the day, whether you're at work and you're taking your break, or whether you're at school and you are trying to figure out what to do next. If you're in between classes, or you don't have much to do, whether you're done with schoolwork, or you're done with what you need to do for the day. If you want to find what resonates with your heart or what drives your heart moving forward, try to ask yourself these questions. What is it that you always wanted to do? Kind of vague, isn't it? But it only makes sense to you because, as we mentioned earlier, you create the meaning that your heart longs for rather. Just take a moment and ask yourself that. Ask your heart, what is it that drives you forward? That creates that longing, creates that attention grabbing, that grabs your attention rather, that creeps in and tells you, hey, I want to do this. Can be anything really. And it just makes sense to you. Doesn't have to make sense to other people. It just has to make sense to you. Second question I'd like to ask, knowing from your first question, from what is it that you want to do? What do your friends and family members say you're good at? Two important questions. Whether your friends or your family members say, hey, you have a good voice. You might sound like a radio DJ. Or, hey, you're good at teaching or explaining stuff. Or you're good at giving advice to people. Try to combine the two or compare the two to what you always wanted to do and what your other people say that you're good at. Third question I'd like to ask you would be, who is your biggest role model growing up? It doesn't have to be grand. It doesn't have to be like, for example, Martin Luther King, or doesn't have to be Queen Elizabeth II, maybe. Maybe it can be your friend, or maybe someone you look up to. Look to them. See that they are following their dreams, their aspirations, their goals. Maybe they can be your motivation or your inspiration as to doing the thing that you love to do. When you consolidate all these three questions, then you can see what you're good at or what your heart sings. I guess another good idea as to why I'm asking who your biggest role model is. Why does your heart resonate with that person? Why do you feel you're connected to that person? What is it that they do or that they're doing speaks to you? When you answer all that, I gotta ask you now, so if you figured out what it is that you want to do, what your friends and family telling you you're good at, and who your role model is, then what's stopping you from doing it? What's stopping you from attaining that goal that you always want to set yourself with? What's stopping you from achieving that career that you always want, that job that you want, that course that you want to take, our goals in life? What's stopping you from getting that? While I may not know each of your individual streams or each of your individual dream or goal or career path that you want to take, I can try to help you here as much as possible. And if you want to work with me as your coach, then shoot me a message. But overall, if you were to ask me what's stopping you from attaining that goal, then I'd like to ask you this then. What is stopping you from following your dream? What is it that's holding you back? And if you can find out that question for yourself, or rather, if you find that answer to the question, sorry, then we move on to our second question. Where is your time being spent? Where are you spending the most amount of your time? Do we have any blind spots, or do we form any habits that causes us to not do the thing that we want? Is it something that's opposite to where we need to go? Like, for example, we tend to avoid things that hurt us because it hurts, because it's uncomfortable. But if we don't face the uncomfortability, then we can't move on from here. And we tend to sometimes gives ourselves distractions like watching Netflix. Not to say that Netflix or relaxing is bad, but too much of something can be a detriment to where we want to go. And it's painful to admit to that most of the time. Third question is, where is the market for this? When you want to do something that you love to do and you want to monetize it, you have to ask yourself, where is the market for this? Where is my target market for you entrepreneurs? Or where is the end goal? Or who do I want to serve? You have to ask yourself, who is your market? Who do you want to serve? Or do you want to do this for free? Or do you want to get paid for doing this? Fourth, and very important question, is it realistic? Is it attainable? If you go back to my very third episode of goal setting or goals, we talked about SMART goals. Now, for those of you who do not have time, and I would understand if you don't want to watch another episode of Life Coaching Access or my replay, then I will briefly summarize it like this. SMART goals, and you can find this anywhere on the internet, specifically with R, is set a goal that is relevant to your life. Or the question that you're asking yourself when you're talking about realistic is, can you realistically achieve the goal? Is it attainable within the amount of time that you set for it? Is it specific? Is it something that you can attain realistically given who you are? Because if not, then you have to align your goals to where you need to go or where you want to end up in. My last question that I want to leave you with is this: who do you surround yourself with? What group of people do you surround yourself with? Who do you hang out with? Do these people keep you down or uplift you? Are these people telling you the dream is not attainable? Or do they tell you that, hey, whatever you want, we want to help you succeed. We want to be there for you. And if it's hard, we will slap you. No, just kidding. We will help you get through this. We can help you move forward from here. Because we're there for you. So, who do you surround yourself with? People who keep you down or people who uplift you? And that's mainly it. If you can answer those questions, then it should be easy for you. But if it's very difficult, and if you want someone to ask for your help, ask around, ask your friends, ask your family. But if you really want to work with someone, and if you really want to help you attain your goals, then ask us life coaches here in Life Coaching Access. You can ask me, or you can ask any of the different coaches here. We want to help because that's what gives us meaning. That's what gives us passion. Our heart tells us that we want to help uplift people. Why? Because we are in a unique position that is what we want to do. And I hope that we can journey together. Maybe as a life coach, or maybe just someone that you see on your screen here in Life Coaching Access. All right. As we end today's episode, let me invite you to visit our coaching hub at D Cup Coffee Republic, located at a Pioneer Center compound along Pioneer Road, corner Brixton and United Streets, Capitolio, Pasig City, just across by Union Center. So if you know where Unilab is, then you'd see across there. Our coaching hub is open physically from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. only, but virtual operations is 24/7, and we offer coaching services on demand any time of the day, any day of the week. Please connect with Coach Roselle through 0917-586-1661 for your coaching needs. Again, thank you so much for joining me today, wherever you are, whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening. And I hope to see you again the same day, the same time. Thank you so much. Love, bum, boom.